Ban Ebubeagu now, Ex-Aig Labour Party chieftain says. Can you imagine? We have a complaint about the activities of Ebubeagu in the southeast. All right. When ESN was formed, the government said ESN is a member of IPOB and they don't need them. The next thing, all the eastern governors, Imo, Anambra, Enugu, and Ebonyi, put themselves together and formed the Ebubeagu. And before you know it, the government quickly approved it. And the Ebubeagu is now a menace. It's now a political tool, political tug used in the southeast by the existing governors. That is what they do in Enugu, in Ebonyi, in Imo, especially those three major states before Abia and Anambra. Ebubeagu is a menace everywhere. Governors are using them, especially Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State, and what is his name? The Supreme Court Governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma. So at the end of the day, now somebody is calling for the banning of that Ebubeagu because it's not adding value in the southeast. Let's see what this man, former AIG and a Labour Party chieftain, has to say. So he's insisting that southeast mustn't be disenfranchised by insecurity. Okay, state government in the southeast must immediately outlaw regional security militia called Ebubeagu. A former Assistant Inspector General of Police, Dr. Charles Ugomo, has said. Ugomo, who is the Labour Party's Southeast National Security Coordinator, called on perpetrators of violence in the region to sheath their sword in the interest of brotherhood and peace, and to prevent the region's disenfranchisement in the 2023 general election. The Ex-Aig and Labour Party chieftain and governorship aspirant in Imo State made all the call at a press briefing in Abuja on Wednesday. The advent of Ebubeagu has brought untold hardship to the people of the region, especially in Imo and Ebonyi states, where violence and terrorist actions are now pervasive. The government of Southeast region must ban Ebubeagu now if they are not complicit with the violence they are perpetrating. A House of Assembly candidate of the Labour Party was shot dead. However, houses and vehicle razed, all right, and so to many other Labour Party members. No arrest, no prosecution. Where are we heading to? The Inspector General of Police must put a stop to this and also put measures on the ground to reassure and secure the people of the region as the elections approach for free, fair and credible elections to take place, he stated. The Inspector General of Police, IG, does he really know what he's doing? Under his nose, they say they have had stakeholders meeting with INEC to protect the INEC offices across the country. What is happening? They also had a peace accord signed to make sure that all campaigns will be void of any form of violence. What has changed? Now, the political violence has degenerated to assassination now. A lot of people are being killed, murdered in cold blood. All right? All these are political motivated deaths. And still, the IG cannot do anything. So leave the IG alone, doesn't know what he's saying. Now, we also wish to call on the governors of the southeast of Imo, Anambra, Abia, Ebonyi, and Enugu state to exercise the prerogative of governance and their oath of office in the protection of lives and properties of the citizens of the region. The people of the southeast must not be disenfranchised. That is true. We wish to call on all the security agencies, especially the police and DSS, to be alive to their duties and responsibilities in the area of securing lives and properties of the people of the region. The people of Southeast are called upon to resist their barefaced intimidation and unwarranted violence and troops out on election day to vote. for all this one they're calling DSS and the police, they can't do anything now. Just the same way that the governors of the state, all right, the governors of these southeastern states are using Ebubeagu as political tool. In the same way, the federal government is also using DSS and other government security agencies as political tool. That is the thing. So the same way it's happening at federal level, the same way it's happening at regional level and state levels. So who is going to call who? Because they are all politically affiliated. They don't listen to anybody. They don't even say anything wrong. It's quite unfortunate. The Inspector General of Police and Director General of DSS are called upon to ensure intelligence-led policing, deployment of technology, and proactiveness to secure the people of the region. A situation where violence and imported terrorist activities have enveloped the region is no longer acceptable. So they know that most of the terrorists operating in the southeast are imported. Of course, people have been saying it over the period that these are Fulani men that are imported. Some of them are even imported from other African countries. But nobody wants to, or the people in government currently don't want to believe that. They don't want to follow it. But the people on ground, the owners of the land, they know the truth. They know the truth. So if they like, let them not do anything about it. The security agencies must be proactive and resist compromise. This violence is a recipe for voter apathy and should not be allowed. A situation where deliberate violence and terrorist activities are deployed ahead of the 25th February 2023 general elections will disenfranchise the people, and there will no longer be a level playing ground for all the contestants. A sponsored sit at home in the southeast is now the order of the day, where one person is shot and many are scared away. To keep them indoors ahead of general election will result in voter apathy. The state governors must answer to where security votes are deployed, since they are incapable of securing their state and the people. Can you imagine? Yeah, because the state governors have portfolio called security vote, and that money is unaudited, uninvestigated, unaccounted for. So they need to tell Nigerians where they're spending their security votes, because security has not improved in any of the states. It may not be unlikely that some state government and misguided politicians are sponsoring this violence as a means to ride back to power and disenfranchise the citizens. This must stop, he stated. I just hope that somebody is hearing him. Right? These are all the things that have been facing this country for a long time, and nobody is doing anything about it. Even the government in power seem to be incapacitated. They can't do anything. Somebody say, see all these problems that happen in the southeastern coast by the governors of the region. Now the innocent people are paying the price. As a security man, please and please, not every work they send you to do, you carry it on. Avoid avoid loss of life. Yes, because the soldiers, before you know it, federal government will just discharge soldiers to the southeast and they start shooting aside. The only place they shoot aside, they have never shot Boko Haram aside in the south, in the northeast, and even in the northwest or north central. They've never shot any Boko Haram aside. In fact, when they kill Boko Haram, the DSS and all of them will come after the community. And that is why they've tried to stop, because the Southeast have put everything together to protect themselves, but then they send the army to disorganize them. Now, Ebubeagu that they have brought there now is now a trouble in the Southeast, now political tool in the hand of the governors, causing problem here and there. And this is why you're telling me that if they give state policing, it will be better. If they give state policing to any of the states in this country, it will be the worst. Because this same thing that is happening with the use of this regional militia security outfit is what will happen if state police is created. All of them will become autonomous and become dreaded groups in each of their states. Someone says it is easy to form a habit, but it is hard to live it. Of course, that is what it is. Ebubeagu from Asai Dokubo they are being sponsored by APC government. Well, do we have a data to prove it? In Okigwe, what they do is to pull your shirt off and check if you have tattoo on your body. Is that what they're sent to do? Okay, so that is the condition in the southeast, with the Ebubeagu now becoming a menace in the southeast. And so this man, who is former AIG, Dr. Charles Ugomo, who is also a Labour Party chieftain, is calling for the banning of the Ebubeagu security outfit in the southeast, because the purpose for which they were set up has never been achieved, in fact has failed. Rather, they are now harassing everybody. The governors are using it to harass people in the southeast, and they don't see anything wrong about it. All right. So that is what Dr. Charles is saying. Let's have a comment below as well with respect to the behavior and activities of Ebubeagu security outfit in the southeast, whether they should be banned or they should be left to operate. Somebody has to answer to the responsibility of these people.